that bush to pop, then play a log, and we're gonna put a Tesla on that Evo Witch, and wow, look at those furnaces go to town. Yo, what is up guys? Today we're gonna be testing out the new Evolved Furnace in the new season of Clash Royale that just came out today. So right now we're sitting at 12,445 after the reset. I played a few games just to kind of test out the deck. This is the deck we're working with today. I was just kind of thinking about what kind of decks that Evolved Furnace would work with, and I really was just thinking about how Fire Spirit works really well with Goblin Drill, and I really think the pressure that it applies, and like it'll constantly be putting Fire Spirits down and killing the troops that they use to defend the Goblin Drill, and if they don't, then it'll splash on the tower. So let's see how it works in some games. Alright, so we got first opponent Maddie, and we'll see what he's got here for us. Just gonna play a knight to defend that. Nice and easy. And let's just go furnace the back. And so it's super spell resistant, actually, like maybe not more than I expected, but it dies to Fireball Log. It has about the same health as a Night Witch. Actually almost exactly the same. So that's really good. It'll survive Fireball Zap, but it won't survive Fireball Log. But it does die to Lightning and Rocket. So you can see that's how much one Executioner shot dealt to it. So it's got a Mega Knight. We're going to try and activate King Tower here. I'm going to go Goblin Drill to pressure while we're defending. And we're going to go Skeletons and Knight in the middle to kind of bring everything in. We didn't get the King Tower activation, but we got a clean defense and we got some nice tower damage there. That Bandit kind of, I wanted to make sure I got the clean defense in and kept him from getting that there. So we're going to put our Tesla down. Nice position. I think he thought we were a little low on Elixir, but we got that defense locked up. So one thing really important that I'm kind of doing here is I'm kind of keeping it slow in this game, which is something really important. While I was kind of working with this deck, it was really easy to overcommit because usually I play with Bomber when I use Goblin Drill, and Bomber's just 2 Elixir versus the Furnace 4 Elixir, and so I think it's really valuable to just kind of play it slow at the beginning, especially in Trophy Road. I mean, you never know what these guys are going to pull out with their Mega Knight decks or whatever they might have. So wow, I think the Fire Spirits killed the execution. I didn't even realize what happened there. But let's get ready for a defense. This Evo Furnace is going to do us really good work. Let's see here. We can get a log down, and I think that's going to be a pretty clean defense. Evo Furnace literally does so much DPS. It's insane. We get another poison down. I'm kind of being sparing with the Goblin Drills because he has a lot of counters for it, and I don't want to get caught in a bad cycle, especially if he gets a Mega Knight on it or something of the sort. But let's hit opposite lane a little bit really quickly here. That Executioner is dead. We can set up a Tesla. I don't think he has any spells, but we can see. I want to keep my Furnace alive. Let's go for a second Furnace. I mean, why not? That Tesla is going to pull that Ram Rider as well, and that Spirit will just make that defense a little bit easier there. So, you know, we're going to go in with a Furnace at the bridge with this Knight, because we got those 2 Furnaces that hopefully should take care of that. That Bandit dashing is a little unfortunate. But look at the right side. Wow, those Furnaces really did a lot of damage there. A little bit bad on the Tesla placement, but he goes with the Ram Rider on that side anyway, so we're okay for that defense. And an Ice Spirit just to clean it up, make sure we don't get any dashes on the tower, and this looks like it's a just about good game already. It'll be just 2 poisons, and that's game over right there, so we can just kind of chill back and cycle some cards, and that should be good game just in a few seconds here. Let's get that poison down, and it should be good game. Took 1 Mega Knight shot at the end. I could have stopped it with the Ice Spirit, but it was already over. And I really think that showed well how strong the furnace is. I mean, I didn't even realize the right side was going down. I made a few mistakes there, but still we were able to really take a dominant win. I'm not super high. I'm not quite close to 15,000 yet, but I thought it would be a little better than Master 1 in the first tier of... Oh, I just finger slipped. That's all right, though. We'll make it work. So he's got Furnace as well. We're just going to log that away. And this Tesla should take care of the Furnace nicely. That's interesting. He's going to mirror that. I'm just going to go with a Knight on that. And a Furnace to defend his Furnace. So he's already back to another Furnace. He's going to be getting to the Evo pretty quick. I don't think that was the cleanest defense I could have done. I think the Knight on the Furnace would have been a little better, but that Goblin Drill slip up really kind of hurt me there. So we're going to get this Tesla down to deal with his Furnace. And that is not the greatest bush I've ever seen, I'm not going to lie. They're both going to go for that Tesla there. So we did take some damage though, but that's fine. I do not know what deck this guy is running. This is a bit interesting. So he doesn't have the Evo, actually. We're just going to have to tank that. It's a lot of damage, but we're down a lot of elixir after messing up that Goblin Drill. And man, I really... This isn't the best situation, but I think we're going to be okay. That Goblin Drill is going to take out those skeletons, and we're going to get a little bit of that damage back. And I think just the Evo Tesla in the middle will be a good play here. These guys' bushes are not the best, I'm not going to lie, but it's still up in damage, which is a little bit frustrating. But we're going to make it work. We're going to get the comeback here for sure. We have our Evo Furnace coming up, and we're going to play into his Furnace, which I think will be good. And we're going to get a nice Goblin Drill pusher coming in. So he's got Witch as well. So I'm going to just poison that Witch, and we'll be able to log it down whenever necessary. And I think a high Tesla will be nice. It'll pull in that bush. Maybe not. Oh, that was a great log. Well, we got the... We're going to go for another Furnace. I don't know if this guy has any spells. I really think this is going to be hard for him to defend. I don't know how he's going to defend it, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to wait for that bush to pop, then play a log, and we're going to put a Tesla on that Evo Witch, and wow, look at those Furnaces go to town. I'm going to go for a third Furnace and a Knight. I think he's pretty low on elixir. And we're going to go for a Goblin Drill as well. With that Knight tanking, and we're going to go for the poison. And I really don't think he can defend this. I think that's going to be good game. And really, that show class, the power of the Furnace right there. I mean, he couldn't defend it at all. We made a few misplays, but we kind of pulled it back with that Furnace there. I'm really liking this card, to be honest, a lot more than I thought I would. When I saw the reworks and all the videos about it, I wasn't sure if it would be a super good card, and kind of like a mid-tier card, but really it's pretty good. I like it a lot, actually. It's a nice just kind of combination of like good pressure, and it has good damage. Honestly, like as just a card in general, it has good stats. Like it does good damage and it has solid health, which is really nice to see. So we're gonna go for a Furnace low here. Hopefully to get, wow, that Tesla is super clutch, DPSing down everything. And we're gonna have a clean defense here. Should take no damage. And let's see what we're gonna do here. I think I might play a Knight to keep my Furnace alive and win this bridge battle. But he goes for the Bar Barrel, which is fine. I'm just gonna go for a log, and we should be able to defend that just fine. So he does go for the... I'm shocked that... Man, we're really struggling here. Just one little slip up and we're cooked. but that's alright. We should be doing fine. We're gonna take a lot of damage here, but we're gonna try and make the comeback happen. I think the knight in front of the furnace was the mistake there. When trying to win that bridge battle wasn't really necessary, and I should have just kind of chilled out on defense, saved my elixir. And also that his fire spirit killing my skeleton when I was trying to DPS down his furnace really kind of hurt me there. So I think that's a little aggressive by him, but he might get away with it. And he does. But he did overspend quite a bit on that defense, I think. So we are going to go for the Evo Furnace on the left side. And I think that's going to put some good work in. And we're going to go for Goblin Drill on the left here. I do not think he has very much elixir. After going for all that. But we'll see. We're going to go for another Furnace. I think we really gotta make some money moves here. We'll see what we can do, but I really am not sure what else there is. We'll go for a furnace, I guess, but I think that's gonna end in the L. But that's all right. I think a few learning points there, just to be a little bit more patient and kind of let your opponent make the mistake, let your opponent push into you. I think there when interesting play by our opponent. Not sure if he thinks I also have cannon or tower, but that's alright. We're gonna go for the furnace on this as well. So he's also, man, a lot of people are playing furnace, but we got a good amount of damage. I think we got about 1,000 damage on that left side tower, which is really nice. And he's gonna go for a fisherman. I think I'm gonna go for a high Tesla. And it should beat that furnace in the 1v1. Okay, so we're playing Royal Giant. So we are gonna have to do some cycling to get back to our cannon, that's for sure, to be able to defend this. But that's definitely possible for sure. I'm gonna go for some skeletons, a log, an ice spirit, furnace, and Tesla. Sorry, I thought I was playing cannon for some reason, because that's what I usually play. I'm usually playing Queen Piggies. Wow, man, the furnace is actually, it's a good card. The fire spirit does a lot of damage, that's for sure. I've always really liked the fire spirit, and it's nice for it to get some love in the furnace. So that's some good goblin stabs on the tower, down to 2268, which is very good for us, and we're not going to have to defend that fisherman, which is very nice. So I think we're going to be able to see the Evo Furnace shine right here. I think we're going to play it a little bit high, and I think his fire spirits are going to protect him very nicely. And we're going to go for this Evo Tesla here, and this Royal Giant is not doing anything. He cannot deal with the DPS of the Evo Furnace. So he goes for another Royal Giant. We're going to cycle really quickly back to our Tesla, and we are just fine. That is great. I think we're going to try and get a Goblin Drill down with this. Actually, I'm going to go with a Knight. I want to keep some health on my Furnace, and we're going to go for the Goblin Drill as well and see if there's something we can poison. No, look at that Fire Spirit splash on the tower. That's super great. Very happy with that. Goes for another RG. Nice Ice Spirit. And we're going to try and get another Ice Spirit down to stun that. Hopefully not take too much damage. And he gets another shot, which is unfortunate, but such is the game. I'm going to take his poison value. He will do us very nicely. And we're going to set up with a Tesla and an Evo Furnace on the left. try and space our troops out so that he can't get too much lightning value. And we're going to go with a Goblin Drill with this. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to defend this, I'm not going to lie. Let's go for a second Furnace. That's a lot of damage. And man, those wow, his Furnace died really quick. That's super good. Let's see. Let's go for a Poison as well. And I think that will just about be good game. It'll just take a little bit of cycling and we will be there. Let's play our Ice Spirit and that, and we are back to Poison, and that is going to be good game against Royal Giant Furnace. A lot of people are playing Furnace. I guess they're liking the new card quite a bit. But that was a good clean game. Solid defense. Only one Royal Giant broke through. But really, man, the Evil Furnace does a lot of DPS. It's super good. But really, I think it's definitely a worthwhile card to try out in your decks. Give this deck a try. I think it works super well with Goblin Drill. You guys could see a few of those interactions. The Fire Spirits were definitely splashing the tower and really putting the opponent in awkward situations where they couldn't play a lot of defensive cards that they might have wanted to on the Goblin Drill to defend it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be making more, so I hope to see you guys next time as well. But that'll be it.